record. So stop hitting him. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Hey, that's enough.
Anyway, we safeguard people's lives, mental health people, And I'm a general social officer, even then, when these sexual people were going in with it, And to me, I hate it, but it's like we do safeguard people's lives.
But what do you think of this guy after 2 minutes wanting to put me in a bed? But that's what it is, isn't it? Putting me into a bed. It's
They want
taking me from my family,
Yes, well that's what it would mean.
There's a preconceived prejudice.
There's a preconceived, And if they did that psychotic, well, hell, they better start looking at a lot of other people, because there are a lot of other people, there are a lot of people out there who I believe think along similar lines as you do.
An increasing number.
About nature, about things like that, So if that's psychotic, then going down.
We had a cancellation in actual fact and did a bit of reshuffling to get Simon in. The difficulty is, Susan, here is a court order.
Sure.
And I did mention to yourself, and indeed Simon, that, look, this is what the court would want and this is what would be required. And Simon and yourself said, yeah, we'll make whatever appointment is arranged.
Yeah, well, we definitely agreed to make appointments and to follow through with that. But the actual scheduling of them, we need to be able to work out. And
I have to say, and I'm not being difficult with this, but in terms of our ability to negotiate with these appointments, we just don't have the scope to negotiate.
Look, I disagree. I need to talk with my legal counsel.
Okay.
So I'll talk
So,
with my legal counsel.
just let me remind you then, what we've done is that we have done
I've not received any written notification. I've not received any.
Yesterday.
Well, I have not received it.
Yeah.
I have not received written notification from you.
No, I sent it yesterday.
Well,
It wasn't
exactly.
arrived.
So let's.
What you do is entirely up to you. All I'm saying to you is, you're actually breaching bail, and you.
I am not breaching bail. Are
And
you
you could end up. No, you are.
I'm not breaching.
If you don't attend the appointment, you could end up in custody before Christmas, and I'll leave that entirely with you.
I'm here to satisfy what needs to be done, as I said, to stay with my family, and I have been threatened.
So that's the other point I wanted to make. I don't know what has been said to you by Richard Firth, but I would imagine he's not threatened you, but simply stated the facts, because he hasn't got the power. He's just stating what the court has said. He's not an agent of the law. He's just stating this.
It may be inappropriate behaviour.
He hasn't threatened you at all. If I could just finish, he's just stated what the facts are. And they're not his.
That's your opinion, having not heard the conversation.
Well, I would imagine that he's not threatened you. He's just stated these are the facts.
Well, let's stick to the facts and not imagination, please, sir.
Well, I've discussed it with Richard Firth, if I could say that.
Yeah.
So, and I know Richard from many years, and I very much doubt that he would threaten you.
Yeah, well, look,
I can understand you may have felt threatened, but it would not have been said in a threatening tone.
Yeah.
What you do is entirely up to you. All I'm saying to you is, you're actually breaching bail, and you.
I am not breaching bail. Are you
could end up. No, you are.
I'm not breaching.
If you don't attend the appointment, you could end up in custody before Christmas, and I'll leave that entirely with you.
Richard? No, we're still going. Yeah. We're still going. Yeah. 30?
So what's the medical equivalent? Like, it's by profession, right? Or by organisation that you're sworn to, is that?
Well, to be honest, my opinion is neither for the defence or for the prosecution, or it's a friend of the court report. It's a neutral report, and it addresses that. It's not that contentious. contentious, but if you wanted to pay for a second opinion, you could discuss that with Wayne Crew, and whether or not that could be provided on legal aid, then that's your choice.
No, I was just asking, like, which organisation, like, what is an equivalent qualification so that, to help me in finding that,
well,
you know?
Discuss it with Wayne Crew, and they can decide whether or not he wants to.
So you don't want to answer that?
It's not that I don't want to answer that. That is what I'm saying. That's how you do it.
Because he's not my representative. I'm representing myself.
Legal aid, you need your legal aid. Your advisor would obtain second opinion paid for with legal aid.
Yeah, unless I paid for it myself.
You could pay for it yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
If you wish to pay for yourself, then you would need to contact individual psychiatrists.
Just any psychiatrist to do.
One of the things I need to point out, Simon, is that usually when you see a doctor, what you tell them is between you and the doctor. Today it's not.
Yeah.
What you tell me goes in the report. The report will be sent to, well, normally I would say your lawyer, but if you're representing yourself,
that's right.
It's sent to you,
yeah,
and
so
it gets sent to the police
and
prosecutor and to the judge. Well, and whilst I can ask about it, I won't necessarily be putting it in the report, because you've not entered the plea as yet. I may put some details in there, if it's relevant to the issue of fitness, or it's relevant to the issue of mental illness. There's not, I'm not putting in everything, because that would have a bearing on your legal case, and I'm not interested in that. That's not my...
Well, we need to ring-fence that. We need to stay all away from it.
Well, no, we can still talk about your offence, just your account of it, and see...
The court wants to know about me.
About what?
What this report's about.
About what?
About what led up to the alleged offending, reasons around that, so the court can have a better understanding of why you may have reacted in the way you did. What are the reasons?
How did I react?
Reasons for it.
How did I react?
Well, we don't know, do we?
Till we look at the evidence.
So, yeah.
That's not the job. I'd like to hear from you, your account, of what's happened.
Look, as you said, you're not in a position to ascertain the legal...
I'm not here for the legal stuff.
So we're not here to look at the evidence. And
whether or not you have...
Given that this is a criminal proceeding, I would be disclosing my defence files to you.
No, I don't need your defence files. That's your business.
Okay,
but
well,
I
can't tell you, I can't make a statement of what happened until I release that in its proper form for the criminal defence. This is a criminal proceeding. That takes priority over the mental.
If you had this amount of difficulty in covering one point in court, the judge would be extremely concerned and would once again ask for a fitness to stand trial assessment. Because this has happened in court before, where people have thought they were well and they've defended themselves. Nothing wrong with defending yourself, but some people do it, and they do it as a result of a mental illness. And some of the questions and the line of the line of their questioning outlines that they're clearly unwell. And that's what the judge has been concerned about. Like, we've not actually covered anything, and we've been sat here for half an hour.
Oh, I think we've covered quite a lot of ground.
Well, you feel you've covered it, but I haven't got any further. The thing is that sometimes some people don't want to do that, not just because they're concerned about their private lives, but because they're suffering from an illness and they're quite suspicious and guarded, and that's what we've got to work out.
Here's the deal. An assault did transpire on that day. We've yet to establish who assaulted who. Until that time, I'm well justified to be suspicious. Well justified. Suspicious
of what? Suspicious of
the court that took me away from my family. Took me away from my family in a time, left my wife at home when she was due,
this is what I'm trying to work
by herself, without electricity.
I understand that, but well.
So we don't. If we have to, if you're ordering me to go through the process on your full commercial liability, then on record.
Liability.
Well, do you have any commercial liability?
What do you mean by commercial liability?
Do you have any commercial liability?
What do you mean by commercial liability?
Have you taken an oath of office?
An oath of office.
What? So,
What's an
your
oath of
appointment.
office? You want me to do a physical examination?
I don't want you to do it because you're not a physical doctor, right? You're not a doctor physical. Is that right?
No, that's not correct.
You are a doctor physical.
Before one becomes a psychiatrist, one is a doctor first and foremost.
Yeah.
Hopefully those sound bites have given you an insight into the dirty tricks that psychiatrists use when they're acting for orders of the Crown. For more information, please feel free to go to getthepowerback.info, and you can download the ebook, which has a link to the full 2-hour assessment and also the subsequent report that this psychiatrist wrote, and the opinion of another psychiatrist that confirmed that he was acting in bad faith. There'll be some things that I did in that book that may be helpful to you if you're in a similar situation. Also look up the Brandwinner criteria, which has interruptibility, reasonability, all of these kind of things set out that they are limited to testing you for. I highly recommend not opening your private life or going beyond the scope that's required for these, and where possible just use written communication. 1, 2, 3.